This superpowered method of scripting helps you target a specific area in your life that you're having a problem with, and it seamlessly shifts your frequency toward the solution. Hey, it's Andrew, otherwise known as that guy who wrote the last Law of Attraction book you'll ever need to read, and today I've got an awesome method for you. In fact, I've got one of the most powerful scripting methods that I've ever discovered. And notice I use the word discover, not come up with, because this is actually inspired by a recent video that you may have already seen. I'm of course talking about the recent interview I had with my friend Steve Acho. And obviously if you've seen that interview, he's an amazing guy with some really wonderful ideas, and it was really cool to have a conversation with someone who had already achieved a certain real, legitimate level of success and was still inspired by the content from my book and was willing to have a conversation with me about it. And the really cool thing was, because Steve understood success on a unique level, he brought that into the conversation and we had so many wonderful ideas, and that's where this method really came out of. If you go back to that interview, you'll notice we went over a lot of different ideas, and you probably noticed me getting really inspired in certain parts. And I think I even mentioned at one point that I was inspired to share some kind of method. And I was thinking a lot about it, and I rewatched the video, and the thing that really blew my mind was I actually saw two pieces of that interview that when combined can make a really potent scripting method. And the cool thing about this scripting method in particular is that it actually helps you target a problem area in your life. Now, obviously, whenever I introduce a method, I've always got to give it some kind of hopefully memorable name, and I have dubbed this one the Macho Acho scripting method.
Oh, yeah!
Now, just so we're clear, that might not seem like it meshes well given the interview that I had with Steve, because he's really a down-to-earth, humble guy. You don't really think of him as this macho, overzealous, over-aggressive person, but when I'm using the word macho, just besides the fact, obviously, it rhymes with Acho and it has a nice roll to it, I'm thinking about being bold in terms of what you're going to be doing. You're the one who's going to be macho. You're the one who's going to be bold, and you're the one who's going to leverage that boldness into a really successful manifestation method for yourself. So again, if you saw the interview, you are going to remember these different pieces, and now I've combined them into a two-step scripting process. Now, first of all, step one, obviously, this is based off the fact that there is something about your life that you're actually experiencing a problem and you want a solution, you want a change, you want something to get better, you want to manifest something different for yourself. And with that in mind, the first step to the Macho Acho scripting method is ask yourself, what would be ideal? That's the question. When you're looking at this issue, this problem, you're saying, okay, what's the ideal version of this? In other words, what would it look like if? What would it look like if this relationship had resolved itself? What would it look like if I got that job promotion? What would it look like if I turned my career around? What would it look like if my business was booming? What it would look like if my health had a complete dramatic turnaround and improvement for whatever situation you're thinking about specifically? What would it look like? What is the ideal? You want to ask that question in your mind, and the beautiful thing about that is, per Steve, it kind of pushes the ego out of the way and gives you the freedom to really examine and really explore and really identify details of what that improvement, what that ideal version of the situation really is. So you've asked yourself what would be ideal and what would it look like if it was that ideal thing. You've got this now, you've got these ideas rolling around your mind. You've got a really good clear picture of what this might be. That leaves us to step two of the Macho Acho scripting method. And since we're talking about scripting, step two is, of course, write. And what I mean by that, and really honoring what Steve was talking about in his example in our interview, I want you to picture yourself writing to a friend. And this could be a letter or an email or whatever works for you, but you're writing to a friend who maybe you'd been complaining to about before about whatever situation you were dealing with. And now you're describing for them how everything's changed. And in fact, the way you're doing this, you're starting with a very important sentence. And that sentence is, it's so much better now. It's so much better now that XYZ has happened. It's so much better now, and here are the details. It's so much better now, whatever that situation was, whatever that problem was, it's so much better now. It's resolved itself. Here are the details. Here's me sharing with you how it's better, what's actually transpired, how I'm feeling, how I'm experiencing this, how happy I am, how content and fulfilled I am in this new scenario. It's so much better now. So again, you've determined what would be ideal, what would it look like if. You've gotten your ego out of the way by doing that. You've got those details, and now you're writing, it's so much better now. And then you're giving in those details. You're filling in the content. You're letting that friend know, whoever they are, you're letting them know what the specifics are. And again, you want to feel free to go as specific as you can or want to while it still actually feels good. If it doesn't feel good, it feels like there's a little bit of doubt creeping in there, get a little bit more general. You draw it in, you draw it back, depending on how you feel. Because again, like every other method we ever cover here, the number one priority, the whole point of all this, is that you feel good while thinking about what you have or what you want or both. And again, the beauty of this is you are giving yourself permission to be bold. You are giving yourself permission to envision a dramatic new reality that you will then begin to manifest. You'll begin to draw it in. You'll begin to invite it. You want to be bold. You want to be adventurous. You want to give yourself permission to really think of the ideal scenario here and describe that and push that ego out of the way. Push the doubts, push the insecurities, push the fear, push the what ifs, push the I don't know if this can happen. That doesn't matter right now. All that matters is you're asking yourself, what would be ideal? What would it look like if this scenario was perfect? If this scenario were resolved? If everything was working out for you? What would it look like if that was happening? And of course, then you write to your friend, it's so much better now. And then you fill in those details. It is that simple because we love simplicity, but we also love being bold. And that is why this is the Macho Acho method.
Oh yeah!
Okay, now I want to hear from you. So comment below and start with the words, it's so much better now. Actually do this method in an area of your life. And, obviously don't feel obligated to write like a long story or anything. Well, you're free to do that if you want to, but even just a sentence or two, right? It's so much better now. And then give me the ideal scenario for whatever it is going on in your life that you want that improvement in. Because just through doing this process, not only are you going to inspire other people who will be reading those comments, but you will be engaging in this process for yourself and you will begin inviting that better result. So comment below, and obviously a bonus like I do with every single video here is when you comment below, you're going to be entered into this month's contest where one lucky winner will walk away with my 90-day program, Gravity of the Cosmos. This is my top shelf, top of the line program where basically I take all the methods from my book, The Last Law of Attraction book you'll ever need to read, and I guide you through them because we already know that these methods work. We already know how fun they are, but some people, they still hit that roadblock. They still have that situation with their ego saying, no, I'm not going to have you do this. And in response to that, what I'm doing here is I'm doing the heavy lifting for you. So you don't have to think of what method you're going to do that day. You don't have to walk yourself through it on your own. I'm going to do all that part for you. All you have to do is get the emails from the program, click on the video, watch, and follow along. It's that simple. And by doing that, you're going to get yourself 90 consecutive days of pure momentum in the law of attraction for whatever aspects of your life you want to improve. And again, one lucky winner just by commenting below. You're getting yourself entered in. One lucky winner at the end of this month will walk away with access to Gravity of the Cosmos. And if you don't want to wait that long and you want to try it out, of course, you know that my book, The Last Law of Attraction book you'll ever need to read, has a number of free bonuses, one of which includes access to the first few days of Gravity of the Cosmos free of charge so that you can try it before you buy it. You can check out my book, of course, by going to lastlawofattractionbook.com. That's where you will find this on Amazon, where you can get it in Kindle or an audiobook or, of course, paperback. And as always, now that we're on the topic of the book, I'd like to share a quick spotlight review and thank a reader who left some feedback on Amazon right now. Today we've got a mystery shopper here. It actually just says Amazon customer, but whoever they are, they left us 5-star rave review on March 26, 2021 with the subject heading, Indeed the Last One. And it reads, I really liked it. The explanations, the techniques, everything about this book confirms its title. You need no other LOA books after this one. Wow, now that is the kind of feedback I like to hear. And I'll tell you, whoever you are, thank you so much because when I read that review, I only had one thought in mind.
Oh yeah!
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, it fills me with so much gratitude to know that the book really connected the dots for you, that it really clicked with you, that it really resonated with you. And I'm just so grateful that not only did you share that feedback, but that you're actually using the content and implementing it. So thank you so much. All right, guys, that's all I got for you today. Again, remember, give it a shot. Try out the Macho Acho scripting method. Get a feel for it. Give yourself permission to really experiment with this and really have some fun because, again, this is all about having fun. This is all about being bold, being adventurous, really leaning into this better reality that you will invite for yourself. All you've got to do is take that step of engaging in the process and everything else will come to you. You will take action, but you'll be inspired to that action. And a lot of other things will be handled for you. It really is a magical process. That's the best word that I can use to describe it. So thank you so much as always for watching and stay tuned. I will definitely be back next time. I'll see you then.